Welcome to episode 1 of the Off the Couch show. We're officially 1 week into the NBA season, and we got Week 8 NFL to talk about.
Yeah, opening night basketball was really good. We had a double overtime game and a good game between the Warriors and Lakers. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get straight into it, man. The first game of the season, Rockets versus Thunder, and it's pretty evident from this game, the Thunder are the team to beat this year.
For sure.
They didn't even really shoot the ball well at all, and they beat a very good Rockets team. The Rockets, they don't have their starting point guard in Fred VanVleet, but that's a great squad. A lot of wings on that team.
Yeah.
Jabari Smith, Kevin Durant, Tari Eason. They got Josh Okogie too. Dorian Finney-Smith. They're a very wing-heavy roster, and I feel like that team is going to struggle at times with not really having the shot creation and the ball handling that they're going to need to be a surefire contender. But I feel like they're going to be a very good team and a tough team to beat in the playoffs this year for sure. And the Thunder, right? You have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How many did he have in this game?
I think he had 23 going into overtime. I think he ended up with 37. I could be wrong, 36, something like that. But yeah. Yeah,
he had an all right game. Like I said, really the whole team didn't even shoot the ball well.
I think he was 1 for 9 from 3.
Yeah.
One of his worst.
Yeah. And this is honestly one of the best teams that we've seen in a while. Yeah. Probably, I really think that this team is going to be pretty close to the 2016 Warriors in terms of regular season wins. They really could flirt with 70. And they have their MVP, someone that could go back to back in Shai, and they have so many good 3-and-D guys. They have shot creation, they have defense, they have ball handling, they have their star. This team really has it all, and their depth is ridiculous. They can run 12 deep if they wanted to.
For sure.
But this was a great game, and one of the bigger things that I took away from this game, I watched pretty much the whole thing, was Alfred Sengun, and the way that he handled the ball in this game without having their starting point guard is something that the Rockets are going to need throughout the year. He had Alex Caruso on him. That's one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA, and he really took care of the ball. He had a hezzy pull and one with Kevin Durant hitting the little stank face. That was tough. And he's 5 for 8 from 3, which is he's been an all right shooter, but never to that sort of level that he was in this game. And then the game after that, we had another good game. It was the Lakers and the Warriors. My favorite team, personally. And they looked really good in this game.
They did, yes.
And
I think we finally saw the Jimmy and Curry effect finally come into play. You got a little taste of it last season, but obviously wasn't a lot of chemistry there. And then Curry goes down in the playoffs, so didn't really get to see exactly what they're made of. But I thought he fit very well.
This team, the fully healthy team with all the veteran leadership, and you have some young guys too. You have Will Richard, and you have young guys that are turning into vets with Jonathan Kuminga, and this is his best game as a Warrior.
Yeah.
We'll get to him in a second, but Moses Moody too. He didn't even play in this game. But you got Quentin Post, you got Brandon Podziemski. There's a really good amount of young pieces, and then a good amount of experience that this team has. And I really look at this team as one that can go really far.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And they had the loss against the Trailblazers without their coach. That's a pretty bad loss, but it was on a back-to-back for an older team, so that's not really crazy of a loss. That's where you lose. Then they just beat the Clippers last night. They held them to like 78 points in 20-25.
It might have been the lowest scoring game of the season so far, I'm pretty sure.
That sounds about right. But this team they're not even fully healthy yet. They don't have D'Anthony Melton, still recovering from an ACL injury. And then you have Seth Curry, who got waived, but he's going to come back in November.
Yep.
So this team could be really, really good. And that's why they're my pick to be the champion this year. You want to talk about the Lakers?
Oh, I mean, Luka is obviously that guy. I mean, he came out, he showed exactly what he is. Austin Reeves, he's easing his way into that star role. They looked great overall. I mean, DeAndre Ayton was not probably the worst performance on the team, but you saw a lot of strengths with Austin Reeves, and then Rui was knocking down some shots too, which I always liked Rui. I thought he was a good role player. But it just looks like with LeBron being out for another
3 more weeks, I think.
Yeah, at least. So we're going to have to see specifically Austin Reeves step up right now as I think Luka's out for a week. So
yeah, that team is going to struggle for sure whenever LeBron's out, especially because Luka's usage rate is going to be so incredibly high. And, we've already seen the effect of that.
Yeah.
Like, just at the very beginning of the season, I mean, he's already out for a week with, I forget what it was. Maybe it was a shoulder injury and a groin injury or something.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-1. I know that.
Yeah. So he's already banged up. But, yeah, we can just head right into his former team, the Dallas Mavericks. And I don't really know how to feel about this team, I'm going to be honest. Nico Harrison made the move. The very questionable move last year by trading Luka for Anthony Davis and forget who else he traded, Max Christie. This team is unquestionable to start off the year. I mean, they lost against the Spurs by 30 points.
Yeah.
AD got completely pieced by Wemby. I mean, Wemby had like 40 on him and was doing everything.
Yeah.
And they lost to the Wizards too, which is not a very good team.
Yeah.
So.
Just looks confusing, honestly. I mean, you expected a lot of the Flag, and then he comes in, he kind of has a little bit of a stinker first game. I think he ended up with...
I think he had like 10 points, but he didn't shoot the ball well. He hasn't the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they look like healthy.
Yeah.
You get Flag more into the role that he's used to, which is not playing point guard. I think he's a good passer. He's a good lob threat on both sides.
He can throw them.
Yeah.
And he can catch them.
Yeah, and so I think whenever you bring Kyrie back and what Gafford hasn't played, right?
Mm-mm.
And then
he didn't play good.
But I like the roster when they're healthy. I think it fits together very well. But right now it just looks kind of out of system.
Yeah. That team, I can really see that team being kind of where they were last year with the play-in. Or, dude, I can see that team competing with any other roster in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really a toss-up with them, and we're going to see whenever Kyrie gets back because that team, Kyrie fills a lot of holes with that team.
Yeah.
Pause, but he really does.
I think the loss versus the Spurs was definitely unexpected. I don't think we expected the Spurs to come out and look as strong as they did, which we're going to talk about next, but. They started out the season 4-0, which I don't know. I didn't expect it, especially with De'Aaron Fox out. Dylan Harper has really stepped up in that role. I thought. I mean, even coming off the bench, 29 minutes, he's averaging about 29, 28, something like that per game. But he's definitely played a good, solid role. Looks very comfortable. Wemby is just
you can't talk about the Spurs obviously without talking about Wemby.
I mean he is.
He moves unlike anyone that we've ever seen. Yeah. And that's not even an exaggeration. It's not me glazing. That's just the truth. And he looks like someone that you would create on NBA 2K.
Yeah.
He there's tall, lengthy guys like that have played in the NBA before. I mean, Kevin Durant that we talked about earlier, that's one of them. I mean, he's 6'11", 7 foot, and he moves really well. Chet, Wemby moves unlike either of them. Yeah. He can do it all. He can handle the ball. He can shoot the three. He can shoot the mid range. He dunks everything.
Yep.
If he's around the rim, he's dunking. Blocks everything. He's even shown that he's gotten a lot stronger too, and he can bump you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought that was crazy to see.
yeah, I mean, he was out here bumping Anthony Davis. I mean, that's, I don't want to say he's one of the stronger, he's definitely one of the stronger people in the league.
Oh yeah, I mean one of the premier post defensive players as well, especially even since he was in college. I mean, it just goes to show that he can hang with anybody now, which is what people were kind of afraid of, especially with injuries and putting himself in a tough spot, having to be guarded by bigger players like that.
Yeah. If there's one guy that you're going to put on Victor Wembanyama, I mean, it might be Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And he showed that no one can guard him, is what Wemby showed. But this team, I can see this team being really good too.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm an optimist if you can't tell, but I can see this team being really
I would
good.
not be shocked if we see them making it far in the playoffs.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, even being young.
I mean, they have...
Even they're really not even super, super young. I mean, they're young, but...
And they got Castle, too. I mean, Castle is great in transition. That team's really fun. That's going to be one of the better transition teams in the league, I would assume, especially whenever De'Aaron Fox gets back.
Yep.
That team is very quick. Wemby can get up and down the floor.
Yeah.
Dylan Harper can get up and down the floor, too. That's going to be a very fun team to watch, too.
A not-so-fun team. Celtics are in a little bit of a predicament right now, I would say. It looks like they're just kind of lost right now, and I think everyone was hopeful that, okay, well, you still got Jaylen Brown, he's a star. You get Derek White, who's really moved into that kind of key role player moving into a star. I think he's averaging close to 22 right now. But you expected more. But now I think they're not as hopeful with Tatum coming back. They're not going to push it. We're afraid this team might not even be 500. And if they're not 500, then...
They're almost as bad as Jaylen Brown's hairline. And that's something that we've seen at the beginning of the season with... against the Knicks, he was trying to get open on OG Anunoby, and he brushed his hair. And there was a big black spot of, I guess, just hairline paint. And then on Ron Holland's jersey, too, whenever he's at the free throw line.
Yep. The most recent instance was it a live stream?
Yeah, he had a live stream where he was like asking LeBron for advice, like going to Turkey.
Yeah, going to Turkey is hairline fake.
So, I mean,
definitely.
I don't know. It might be time to pull Derek White and just hit the rest of it, to be honest. But, Tatum shouldn't rush back. It's pretty obvious. Honestly, the Celtics don't have, especially in the front court, I mean, you're playing Xavier Tillman significant minutes. I mean, their front court is just pitiful. Yeah. So it's going to be pitiful whenever you lose Porzingis and you lose Horford in the same offseason. But yeah, we can talk about a team that has a great front court and they run the double big lineup. The New York Knicks. They started off. Did they play last night? They did play last night. Hold on. Hold on. Knicks versus Bucks. Okay, so they're 2-2 now. They were 2-1 whenever we were writing these notes, and they run the double big lineup. That's something that we've seen kind of starting to be more popular recently with the Rockets and the Thunder and the Knicks. They got two bigs that are great. Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns. This is something that we're seeing nowadays, and it's I guess it combats the small ball in a way because you just completely dominate the offensive boards is why this is so good. And this is great for a team that hasn't shot the ball well like the Knicks. If you're going to want to win games, you're going to want to crash the boards. But Brunson's averaging 30 right now.
He's great.
He's been carrying this team. But and they haven't played the greatest to start off, but with their length, they have length 1 through 5. They have length at every single one of their players has an above average wingspan. Yeah. So this team on defense is going to be a tough team in the playoffs to beat, and we saw that last year. It took Halliburton being Superman to take down this team.
I think they only matured as well. That's the other good thing. Is that I don't think they lost a lot of pieces. They lose anybody prominent? I can't think of. I don't think so.
I know that they added Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah,
which he hasn't been shooting the ball well at all.
We thought it was going to be a great addition, and
yeah, he has not looked good. He did win the defensive player of the game. He got the hard hat and the Timbs, but that's not really what he's known for.
Yeah, no.
But I think this team will do big things. It's my favorite to come out the East, and we'll see if that holds up. But shout out Stephen A. This is his squad. We can talk about the Pacers next, and obviously the biggest storyline. Actually, there's two pretty big storylines with Halliburton being out.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is this team going to do this year? And I really think that this is the year for Benedict Mathurin to step into that role, step into a more ball-dominant scoring type role that, the Pacers would benefit from whenever they can get Tyrese back and they can fight a big man because they don't have a big man losing Miles Turner.
Big man is definitely the storyline there. Besides, it's kind of like the underlying storyline, I guess. Like everyone knows that Halliburton's out. You look at it and it's like, well, they don't have a big to even compete down there. But you have Siakam, who he's just. I mean, he was underrated even on that Raptors team. He was there, but
he do it all.
Big storyline was Kawhi, obviously, but now he's on the Pacers, and I mean, he had just as big of a role as Halliburton that whole playoffs. I thought Halliburton obviously had the big moments with the game-winning shots and everything else, but I mean, a lot of young guard talent. I mean, I think Ben Shepherd, not the greatest player, but I mean he's playing a role.
For sure.
I love Nesmith, big Nesmith fan, and obviously Nembhard. I like Nembhard as well.
They have some pieces over there. If they could just find a big and get healthy. I mean,
TJ McConnell, how long?
Yeah, he's been out.
I don't know how long he's out though.
I don't know either, but that team, especially at the guard,
you got some mentorship as well there with McConnell as well.
Yeah. And, we can talk about T.J. McConnell's former team here, the Philadelphia 76ers. And you can't talk about the 76ers without talking about their star rookie, VJ Edgecombe.
Big fan over here.
Big fan of VJ here. We're not going to talk about what he did to me the other night because I took his under in the first game. Let's just say it was graphic. But we're not going to talk about that. I texted him and he thought it was hilarious.
1,000 subscribers in the first month, and I'll post the text.
I don't think you guys want to see that. To be honest, I don't think they did.
It's great.
I really don't.
I wish I didn't have to see it. Let me say that.
You thought it was hilarious, though.
It was hilarious. It was even funnier if I could have sent it to your girlfriend.
She probably wouldn't like that too much. But anyways, this team, I'm very high on this team. And I'm high on a lot of teams, but I'm higher on this team than I probably am. It probably goes Warriors to 76ers in terms of how high I am on teams. I feel like this team can really make a title run.
Yeah, I think they have the depth there at guard for sure. With I love Maxey. I think Maxey's a great player.
He's had like 40 balls.
Yeah, he's been playing great.
He's playing over 40 minutes a game right now, but he's had like 340 balls. So
it'll be interesting to see Embiid fully healthy, which is a once in a blue moon type of occurrence. But he was limited minutes his first game, which we were told he was limited minutes. I think he played 4 minutes in case he was. I'm pretty sure it was ridiculous. But yeah, I mean you have Quentin Grimes as well. Jared McCain coming back. I don't know what the timetable is on him. Do you?
I mean, it's looking like soon. He's been shooting in warm-ups, so it should be soon. But the health of Paul George and Joel Embiid is going to be it's going to decide what happens this season, and it honestly sucks for the Sixers because with PG and Embiid being hurt so much, and especially PG's contract, they don't have trade value. Yeah. So you really have to bank on.
As well with Embiid,
healthy.
I mean, Embiid doesn't have trade value is just at a negative almost. Like no one wants to pick up a guy that's on a huge contract and also is never healthy. We had a debate one time that I told him I'd rather have Jared Allen than Joel Embiid.
That's a crazy take. That's such a crazy take. But go ahead.
What's the difference?
If
I have the guard depth as the 76ers, and I have Paul George healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need Joel Embiid. I mean, Joel Embiid's great, don't get me wrong, if he's healthy, but he's never healthy. If he plays 3 out of 7 games or 4 out of 7 games in a playoff appearance, then what good is he for me? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, you have Joel Embiid on your roster for the, it's like a boomer bust type thing. If Joel Embiid is healthy,
I'm cool with a boomer bust for a fantasy league in football, but I don't want a boomer bust when it depends on my franchise's stability and winning a championship. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess, but I mean, we've seen time and time again in recent history where you need to have that type of guy. You need to have a superstar level player to make it over the hump. Yeah. And I don't think Tyrese Maxey, I think he's looked good to start off the season.
He's a star.
But I don't think he's ever going to be a top 10 player superstar like Joel Embiid is.
Is Joel Embiid a top 10 superstar?
Whenever he's healthy, yes, 100%. I think he's top 5.
I just find it funny that they tried to put him and Jokic on the same level.
I think that they were at one point. 100%. I think that 100%. They were 100% were on the same level.
All right.
They both won MVP.
Jokic is averaging. Okay, yeah, but that was just because Kendrick Perkins cried about it for a while. They only give it to white guys. They only give it to the white guys.
Joel Embiid is great at basketball, and he is an integral part to this team, and they should not trade him.
They will always get a viewership from me just for hate watching.
And he is more important than people know, I guess. Mm-hmm. But we can just go to the team. They played the 76ers, and I watched this game, actually, because I was sweating out a Kalkbrenner. I needed him to get 7 rebounds. And he got it in the last 1.4 seconds. They were down 4 or something. So that's my goat. He looked great in this game.
If you're ever actually sweating because of a gambling addiction, then you need help. Okay?
It's not an addiction. It's just
it's a hobby. Put the hotline up here on the...
It's a hobby.
Okay.
It's a hobby, bro.
It's not a hobby. Hobby is like collecting sports cards.
That's an addiction.
Speaking of collecting sports cards, moving to the Hornets. Brandon Miller is my favorite card to collect right now. It's just something about like the color scheme of some of the mosaic stuff that you see with the light blue, and then move into the light blue jersey with the color match. Buy a ton of his graded cards. Just a fun team though, especially because of him as well. I think he clashes well with LaMelo. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, that's a great yin yang type thing, and Brandon Miller can really do it all.
Yeah.
You see it from the defensive side of the ball, and on offense, he can shoot the ball from 3 for mid range. I mean, he can. He's uber athletic. He can finish at the rim, and he can handle the ball. He can run a little pick and roll action. He can pass the ball. I mean, Brandon Miller can do everything. Yeah. I'm a big fan of his.
High flyer.
High flyer. They have a high flyer. They have a lot of those on this team. Shut up. They have a lot of those on this team with Brandon Miller and what's his face? One that beats women, Miles Bridges. They're both high flyers. What, you didn't know that?
I knew that. I think that's a bad way to describe it.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just true.
All right.
It's just true. So that team has so much highlight potential with LaMelo Ball and his ability to throw lobs. First of all, yeah. And his ability to hit the 3 ball, and I love LaMelo's release. I really do. He does kind of have that little like the classic ball, like nonchalant.
No one has ever said they love LaMelo's release.
I think everyone has said that.
I love the fact. I love the fact that he can have such a terrible release and it still work at the highest level of basketball. I'll say that.
You don't think it's pretty?
No,
it's pretty.
It's not pretty.
That's not a hot take.
It's also almost as bad as like what is it? Amin Thompson has a really, 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 really weird release. Am I wrong? Well, we talked about this.
There's a difference. LaMelo's release is smooth. Amin has a hitch. There's a difference. Amin's is awful. Amin's actual release point is probably prettier than LaMelo's. He just has a hitch as he's going up. LaMelo's is better though.
LaMelo just looks like me in 4th grade trying to shoot. That's all I'm saying. Like, so like you ain't got enough muscle mass to really get it up there. So you gotta really get into it a lot, you know. Like that arc on
it works. That brother can shoot the pill. All right,
I'll give it to him. I guess.
But we can just move on to NFL too. I mean, we got Week 8 action this week, and it was underwhelming.
Yeah, kind of a doozy.
Kind of an L week, to be honest. But
had a lot of interesting. It was
interesting, though.
Yeah, it affected a lot of stuff whenever you look at it in hindsight. Like the Ravens coming out and beating the Bears could change a lot of stuff. We see the Chargers move a little bit farther ahead. The Chiefs obviously making moves.
Yeah. That Chargers game was honestly a insufferable watch.
It really was.
The Vikings they're at the top of the list for probably my least favorite teams to watch in the NFL.
I think that's because they're borderline in a sell year.
In a sell year? What do you mean?
They're at the point of, okay, we have...
Oh, sell as in SELL. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Yes, like they're in a sell year. They are... they're debating on, do we compete for a championship? Probably not. I don't know the severity of Andrew Van Ginkel's... that's his name, I believe.
Yeah, it is. I don't know.
I don't know the severity of his injury, but he's their linebacker. He's their team captain. Great linebacker. Harrison Smith's getting older. Still plays a solid role. He's still playing? Yeah. Still plays a solid role. This is definitely his last year. I think he's 34 years old, playing safety. But you just have a young quarterback. You don't... Are you double checking me right now?
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't know if he's 36. Holy crap.
Yeah, he's old. Unk. He's old. 34. But yeah, you have the Vikings with J.J. McCarthy coming back now that Wentz is out for the year. I don't know for sure. Yeah. He's on the IR.
I mean, they completely mismanaged him.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a young quarterback and you have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, get solid pieces around him. Hawkinson's great. Kind of a quieter role this year just because quarterback plays down. Usually tight end play can be down. But it'll be interesting. I mean, I think they're just looking to mature the rest of the year. Chargers look great. I mean, missing some key pieces right now. I know Khalil Mack's still out, which was a pretty gruesome injury to watch as well. But yeah, I think the main concern with the Chargers is their O-line. It's hard to say that they can compete for a championship right now. The only good thing is that Rashawn Slater being out for the year, I'm glad that it happened. If it's going to happen, it's a good thing it happened earlier in the year. That way you can get somebody else in there, get them worked into the role, so maybe they will be ready come time for playoffs. But yeah, not really a lot to this game. I mean, just the Chargers had control of it pretty much the entire time, so I'm not really a lot
Gadsden
to
was
talk
great
about
in this game.
Yeah. Running
Gadsden
backs
was great, and Vidal too.
Yeah.
They're both really good.
Jordan Mason looked awesome.
That's rage bait because I started Jordan Mason and he had 4 carries. You're telling me Aaron Jones comes back and we just don't feed Jordan Mason no more? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, Aaron Jones comes back and I don't think he was really even supposed to come back. He was doubtful on Tuesday. He did not practice. So I thought he was not going to play. And if he did, I did not think he was going to have a bigger role than Jordan Mason. But
this is stupid, bro.
Speaking of running backs, I mean, the 12 o'clock game, Eagles and Giants, was definitely, it was a good game. It was definitely a little bit of a heartbreaker at the same time, though.
It was pretty entertaining. I mean,
yeah, but it was
besides
definitely a
the
heartbreaker.
end, it was. Yeah. It was.
Especially seeing Scatterboo go down, who I think might be the most liked player in the NFL right now. It really hurt the offense. The Giants' offense definitely has some holes. It really stinks to see. I thought we see them trending up, and then that kind of sets them back a little bit.
With Neighbors getting hurt too. I mean,
Neighbors.
That's horrible.
Puts them in a tough spot. Still a young, great defense though, which I thought they played good. Considering they gave up 38, a lot of those were big plays towards the end.
They should have had the fumble on Jalen Hurts on the touch push. That's one of the worst calls.
Pretty sure Thibodeau expressed himself in the post game interview. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely got some fines for that. But
Well, no, he fixed it at the end. He said, actually, that was a great call, is what he said at the end, after he just called it BS. So, I mean,
yeah,
but that really was a BS call. And if there's any like evidence to support banning the tush push, I feel like that was the play.
well, this game, and then also, I feel like it might have been the Eagles game. It was the other Eagles-Giants game, Week 6, where they ran the tush push 4 times in a row on the goal line. It went from they ran it on 3rd and goal, didn't get it. Ran it on 4th and goal, got it. Then they were on the 1 yard line, ran it, didn't get it, and then they ran it again and got it the second time. So ran it 4 plays in a row. It's just boring to watch. It's not good football. And the worst part about it is that they don't even run the play right. Like they false start every single time. It's so obvious. I believe the Bucs got called for it for a false start, which I thought it was less obvious than the Eagles are most of the time. But the Eagles' offense still looked good with missing A.J. Brown. But still have a running back at quarterback, which they might have to transition him to running back with Saquon being out now. We don't know the severity.
Sam Howell. Your time is now.
Sam Howell is up. Yeah.
You're coming in, Sam Howell.
We did pick... They did get Tank Bigsby earlier, who had a decent game, actually.
He had a nice little...
I think he had 80 yards.
Carry. Yeah.
Jahan Dotson, we finally got to see him kind of do something. They run a very star wide receiver, tight end offense. They're not looking at other people very often. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown usually are the main targets along with Goddard, but it was nice to see Dotson finally do something.
Yeah, Smitty was great in this game, too.
It'd be great to see how that develops.
Yeah, but Smitty's been great all year, so nothing's really changed with him.
A team that hasn't been great all year, not really their fault. Both teams actually have not been great all year. Not really their fault that the Ravens are just injury-ridden. I mean, I think this week they did get some back. I think Marlon Humphrey ended up playing. You don't have Lamar back, but he is coming back this week.
Snoop Huntley.
Yeah. He just came in, did the job, and got out, I guess. But
I think he completed his first 9 passes or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was an interesting game for sure. Caleb Williams did not perform up to par. Somewhere where you want a first overall pick to play, he didn't really.
And what's the Bears head coach name? Is it
Ben Johnson?
Ben Johnson. Mm-hmm. It was very weird to see the Bears settle for, what was it?
They had 2 field goals on the first 2 drives.
Yeah, first 2 drives, which is very, very odd. I don't know the exact situation that they were in on both, but for an aggressive offensive guy like Ben Johnson, you really expect more.
From the Lions.
Is that what it was?
That's where he's from. That's where Ben Johnson's from.
Lions.
So that's Dan Campbell's aggressive too. So it is kind of surprising to see.
But this game was big for Baltimore, I thought. Derrick Henry finally had a good game, kind of after a couple down weeks, sort of. But this game only puts them 2 games back from first place. The AFC North is kind of pitiful. I don't know if anyone's realized that.
We're talking about a situation where Baltimore can end up winning the division.
Yeah,
and that's crazy to say that they're 2-5. But I mean, you look at their schedule, right? They have the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football coming up. They have the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals, Steelers, Bengals again, Patriots, Packers, then the Steelers. So you have a good amount of division games right there. That's 5 division games.
Yeah, 10 games left,
which are always going to be a dogfight. But I mean, you
can win 8 of those 10 games for sure.
I mean they're honestly going to be favored in
probably 8 of them.
I think they're going to be favored in probably 8 or 9 of these.
There's a couple of suspect
not in the
games.
Patriots game, but they have the Packers too. They're probably going to be favored about 8 of these games.
Yeah.
So and you have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry at running back. So
I'm really excited to see Lamar come back.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how worse that offense is without him. I mean, that's with every team. But I mean, I think coming back this week against the Dolphins,
this
at Miami,
make some noise.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Almost like the Bengals last year with the way that they did it, and how they were so far behind that they almost ended up squeaking in the playoffs. I feel like the Ravens can do something like that this year.
a team that made some noise, but it was more of the noise of like, and Chris Paul cuts the lead to 40. The Jets. I mean, they beat the Bengals at the Bengals. One of our friends is actually at this game, Bengals fan. I don't know exactly how he took it. I'm not entirely sure. Probably was running.
Shout out Cash Money.
Yeah, probably running out of Shirtless after. But they finally get the win.
Yep.
Moved to 1-7. We're really moving on the upward train here.
There we go.
Breece Hall, starting quarterback in the NFL now. Justin Fields out. No, Breece
Top 10
Hall.
things that never happened.
Breece Hall, 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, which the passing touchdown, I don't know if anyone saw it, but it was one of those that, it was kind of like Curry whenever he had that crazy play against, what was it, the Mavericks, and Steve Kerr kind of just like closed his
against
eye.
The Clippers.
Clippers.
And
He was a blue team. He just kind of sat back. It's like, it worked out, whatever, let him do it. But Mason Taylor definitely helped him out there. Taryn's also a big Mason Taylor fan.
I'm not a big Mason Taylor fan, actually. Took his under in a halftime bet, and that didn't work out too well. But this was a big game for Justin Fields in particular. You had Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, making the comments at the beginning of the week, and how like he basically said like Justin Fields suck, like he sucks, like no team with a quarterback like that is going to be able to win games. Is basically what he said.
Yeah,
and you had Justin Fields crying in his closet before the game, just asking God for one win, and here we go. I mean, he delivers. And I mean, obviously the Jets are not going to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and then this was it kind of hurt the Bengals a lot too. Not only losing to the Jets, probably one of the most embarrassing things you can do in football, but
at home
losing the Jets at home, and also it really hurts their playoff contention. This is a game that I think everyone had written off as okay, they win this one, they get it going a little bit. Flacco keeps throwing the ball well. Chase and T get into it. T only having 1 catch in this game was for having 38 points was very, very weird. I didn't see how many targets.
And it was for a touchdown too.
I don't know how many targets he had, but I know that we'd like to see him getting a little bit of a bigger role there. But
I mean, Joe Flacco is just so focused on getting the ball to Jamar Chase, and I don't blame him because it's Jamar freaking Chase. Best receiver in the league, by the way.
Speaking of not getting the ball to people, the Cowboys with Jake Ferguson.
National tight end day, and you don't feed big fella the rock.
Yeah, I don't get that. He goes into this game leading the league in red zone targets of any I think it was of any player. I could be wrong. I know it was for sure tight ends.
That sounds correct.
The Broncos just kind of took over. Told the Cowboys who their daddy was, and Jerry Jones was. I think I saw him in a wheelchair leaving the stadium crying. But R.J. Harvey kind of came out of his shell a little bit here, which I think people have been expecting. We didn't know when it was going to happen.
People that benched him in fantasy are probably pretty upset about that. But I am people.
Oh, I didn't.
If you couldn't tell, I am people.
I didn't do that.
And I've ran him at flex the last few weeks, and I ended up benching him this week for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
Yeah.
And it didn't really turn out too well. So.
Yeah, the Broncos' offense, honestly, was not their strong suit all season. We saw it a little bit last week with that Giants game, which was absolutely insane to watch. I know my dad was not very happy about that. He was playing a guy that started Bo Nix and Jackson Dart, and he was up 30 going into the 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and he ended up losing. But Pat Surtain out 4 to 6 weeks.
That's huge.
Definitely a bit of a backbreaker for the. What was wrong with that one? Backbreaker for the Broncos. Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely going to hurt him. You still have Jahdae Barron. I think that's how you say his name.
I've never heard of that guy in my life.
Plays corner. Pretty solid. I think he's a rookie.
Right.
He's a rookie. Then you have Ufanga as well. You still have strengths on defense, and I'm just going to give this game to the Broncos defense, honestly. I think the Broncos offense had the confidence to go out there and do what they needed to do. I think that started with the defense for sure, especially holding the Cowboys to 3 on that opening drive, which was really annoying. But
yep.
Sunday Night Football.
Packers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Packers beating the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers versus former team.
Revenge game.
Get
a lot of revenge.
35-25. And this was a close game, and obviously, the score says it's a close game, 35-25. But near the end of the game, I believe there was about 10 minutes left. The Steelers were down by 10 at this point, and still down by 10. And you have the ball on your own 30, and you're driving. You just get done having a run, and DK gets a personal foul.
I didn't even see what it was.
Takes it from. They didn't show it on the broadcast, they didn't show it like fully. But he like poked his eye into. I think it was Patrick. No, that's not Patrick Lee. He poked his eye into someone's.
Walker. You're talking about? Was it a corner?
No, I think it was. I think it was a backer. It might have.
Oh, it was either Quay Walker or Jordan. What's the Jordan's dude name?
It might have been Quay Walker, but he poked his eye into his face mask, and then he like slapped him in the face and. Personal foul. They go from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 17, and you have to just chalk up the drive from there. And that really would have given the Steelers a chance. I mean, they get one more stop, and
it was Quay Walker. He stuck his fingers into Walker's face mask. Poked him in the eye.
Yeah, I mean that's just unexcusable. And
which I think the funniest kind of the irony in it was the fact that. They want to get rid of Pickens this whole time because he's some kind of head case and he's dramatic and all this other stuff. And he goes to Dallas and you haven't heard a single thing about it. Maybe it's because he actually has a quarterback throwing him the ball.
You've heard about how nice he is actually. Now he's the greatest teammate.
Yeah,
is what you've heard.
And then you go and you sign. I think DK was signed to the biggest contract. I heard someone talking about it. The Steelers have never signed an outside player like they did with DK. They always sign people from inside the organization. Antonio Brown, you just see it going back a lot. It was very uncanny, and it's just kind of funny to sit there and watch the fact that we traded. I'm a Cowboys fan. We traded a 6th-round pick or something for Pickens.
Was it? I don't think it was that low. I think it was like a 3rd or a 4th. I think it was a 4th. I don't think it was that low. We're going to get him to fact check this, but this was honestly a huge game for Aaron Rodgers, because that's his former team, and that also would have made him beat every single team in the NFL. He would have had a win versus everyone, and this also was bad for the Steelers' playoff chances.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. They traded a 5th and a 3rd, but they got back a 6th. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. They got back George Pickens and a 6th.
Mm-hmm. This was a huge game for the Steelers and
the Packers as well. I think we've been kind of weary of them the past couple weeks with they lost to the Browns originally, and then I don't know if you've even seen the kind of like joke around the fact that they only score 27 points. Like they always end up at 20. You ever seen that?
But that makes sense. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, that makes sense.
They only score 27 points, and like winning against the Cardinals by 4, which was very, very odd. Definitely unexpected. But I think it just gives you more confidence if you're a Packers fan for sure that they can go that extra step. And also Micah played a little bit of a bigger role finally. I think he's finally healthy again. I was kind of joking and saying that we've won the trade so far because of the fact that he hasn't even been able to play. But I think seeing him healthy is definitely the Packers are on the right track for sure. Mm-hmm. Steelers, they were looking at like an all-in type of deal for a little bit. Like they were putting all their chips in, and they were going to trade for somebody.
They have the most expensive defense in the league.
Yeah, and sure. It doesn't even show at times. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't even show all the time.
I mean, this is a good offense, but you're giving up 35 points to a team that has Jordan Love, who is a top 10 quarterback, by the way. And then you have another top 10 running back, top 10 tight end, but then you have a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s. Yeah. That's just who the Packers have. They don't really have that bona fide guy. And, Christian Watson came back in this game. So that's a guy that I would look at to maybe make that next step.
Yeah, and another
star receiver.
Another team that didn't really have a bona fide wide receiver 1 was the Chiefs, who took on the Commanders Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. We saw Rashee Rice come back last week, had a solid game, 6 catches, only like 40 yards. We caught 2 touchdowns. It was really encouraging to see him step back in. Chiefs just kind of manhandled this game, which I think was the storyline going into it. That was the storyline for a lot of these games this week. It had the most 7.5 point spreads this year in the NFL. But yeah, Mahomes kind of started out a little rocky. 2 interceptions, didn't really see that coming, especially against the Commanders defense.
One was Kelsey's fault, but which Kelsey has done that all year.
Yeah,
but made a lot of
last year
mistakes.
too. But Commanders in a little bit of a rocky spot now. I mean, you're 3-5. Your star quarterback, young quarterback at that, is dealing with injuries on and off, and it's not looking great. Mariota, you don't expect a lot. I think he gives you exactly what you expect out of a backup. He's not any better. He's not any worse. The Chiefs' defense is obviously pretty good. I mean, they've been good. This year's a little bit lackluster, but I think the storyline in this was just Chiefs are back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think their offense is as dangerous as they were with Tyreek Hill, but this is still a great offense. And I mean,
now they have 2 Tyreek Hills.
Your defense is ridiculous. Spagnuolo is a freaking mastermind. So, and you have McDuffie, and you have Justin Reed, and you have Tranquil, and Chris Jones. I mean, you have a lot of pieces over there.
A lot of help. Louisville rookie Ashton Gelati is actually getting some minutes. I think he logged like 4 tackles a game or 2 ago. Yeah, he's actually in a decent amount.
Don't know who that guy is, but I'm sure he's great at football.
Absolutely terrorized Kentucky last year, but that's fine.
Don't know who that is, but we got 6 more games we didn't cover. So sound the alarms. 2-minute warning. 6 games, 2 minutes. Let's go for it right now. Go ahead, Sam.
Dolphins beat Falcons 34-10. Tua puffy eye game. Best game of the season. Looked like he's back. Bijan was non-existent the entire game. Kirk Cousins he's over there with Dwight Howard right now. They're having good conversation over some rice and tea right now.
Taiwan.
And then moving on, the Texans and Niners. Honestly, just Mac Jones' worst game of the year, I think. Made some pretty poor decisions. C.J. Stroud has his best game of the year. CMC, same thing with Bijan, sort of. Just not really there, non-existent. Didn't come up when he needed to.
Really, he had 68 yards. Really hope he had either one less or one more. That would have made it a lot cooler. But you see Kittle and Tongas with tight ends on National Tight End Day.
And both scored, right?
Yeah, both scored on tight end day. Yeah. Bills-Panthers. Bills win 40-9. The Bills dominated. James Cook.
No, don't even say that.
Go ahead.
James Cook.
Let him cook.
James Cook.
216, 2 touchdowns.
Only storyline. Patriots beat Browns. Myles Garrett has the best year in recent history I've seen from a DN. 5 sacks. Drake May.
Best game.
Drake May only threw 3 touchdowns, and he threw them all in the third quarter.
Yeah, that white boy Cole.
Making a case for his MVP season. Next, we got
Buccaneers beating the Saints 23-3, and we've seen it all year. Baker just getting it done. Wasn't pretty, but make or play field is what they call him. So
also one of the most disrespectful pick sixes I've ever seen in my entire life. He rushed the quarterback, batted it up in the air, caught it, stiff-armed and trucked him into the ground, and then walked into the end zone celebrating.
Just kind of looked at it.
Yeah.
And he got benched. Rattler got benched for Chuck after that.
Colts might be Super Bowl bound, honestly, at this point. I mean, you're looking at it. They're definitely going to be – they're in the playoffs now. I don't think they'd have to lose out entirely. Colts stay hot. That's all they're really throwing on.
They could be 8-0 easily. They're 7-1 right now.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor – I mean, it's giving me flashbacks to 2022, whenever he had that crazy breakout year. Mm-hmm. Danny Dimes, what are they calling him? Indiana Jones. I mean, it's just so tough. Yep. He's continuing to just be that guy. He looks so comfortable there. Michael Pittman had a great game. Not really talked about a lot. He had some big catches. He actually had a catch where Danny Dimes threw it too high. He bobbled it in the air and went off the defender's head. He caught it and then got truck sticked by 2 other people as he's going down and still caught the ball. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
He's good at football. Yeah. And I think we're over 2 minutes, but
sorry,
we did it quick. Got all the boring games out the way. But yeah, I mean that's gonna pretty much wrap it up. Episode 1. Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun.
That was fun, man. And we'll do more of these. Yeah, maybe
any suggestions?
Let us.
We'll have more stuff to do as well. We'll have games in the future. Little segments, more segments. This is just kind of opening week for the NBA. Not a lot talked about, but
yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll be back. Hopefully, either next Wednesday or Thursday. This should be out Wednesday or Thursday as well this week. recording on Wednesday, but we'll see. Yeah, that's it.